Dominating a market doesn't mean that your product is perfect. Your product will always have opportunities to be better. Hi, my name is Jose Bonilla. I'm co-founder and CEO of Cheaper. So expansion is a huge challenge for every entrepreneur. We started Cheaper in Bogota in 2018, and since then we have launched 6 cities: Mexico City in Mexico and Sao Paulo in Brazil, and other 3 cities in Colombia: Barranquilla, Medellin, and Cali. So for us, it's been a huge challenge to find a team to be able to expand to these markets. It's been a huge challenge to understand the customers and what's the differences between the markets and the competitive landscape, and also how to keep disciplined to a plan that is going to help us to achieve the goals that we want to achieve in the short term, and being able also to get to positive unit economics as soon as possible, so that we don't have to burn too much money. To understand the market, talk to your customers. Talk to the ecosystem that is part of the business that you're building. Don't assume that people is similar or that have or value your company similarly just because they're in the same country. One of the main mistakes that we did in the early days is that we tried to serve an entire city when we were just like 30 stores. And obviously what happens is that a city like Bogota is so big that when you have just a few customers around, delivering to them the service and delivering that service that you want to provide to them, to surprise them with something that is special, is very hard and very expensive. So one of the things that usually I talk to our team about expansion is thinking about the game called Risk, and is thinking about how you would win if you are playing this game. Usually the game of Risk is about density. It's about how you can conquer country by country and building density in each country to be able to expand to other continents. So this is very similar. If you see Bogota and you cut Bogota in 20 parts, when you are thinking about expansion and you are thinking about how to eat Bogota, you should pick one zone when you start delivering your service. Hopefully that is, in our case, close to the warehouse where we provide the service from. And first build enough density there so that then you can move to the second and the third one. And you are always going to be tempted to go to other zones because it's easier to acquire customers in our business, for example, because there are new customers that they have never heard about you, so they can probably use your product and you can build a larger customer base faster. But this is going to be hurting how you deliver a service to them. So keep in mind that in expansion you have to understand how you can conquer like small territories and then be able to conquer an entire city. Build an open channel with your customers. Have their phones, talk to them through WhatsApp, and keep close a group of customers that are willing to provide you feedback, real-time feedback, and sincere feedback, so that you can understand what's happening. And this is something that you can do in the early days, but also when you have thousands of customers. And keeping this channel open has been for us amazing to understand some mistakes that we're having and understanding directly from the source, not just seeing data on a dashboard, but also because you have to build a relationship with your customer and try to get in their minds and understand what their problems, what they are worried about, what's happening in the market, how they are seeing the market, the competition. So like building this relationship is a key part of being able to have a better understanding on your business and your customer. One mistake that I'm seeing like entrepreneurs doing now, and actually we also did this mistake, is expanding to other markets too soon without dominating the market that you started. It's very risky. It's very risky. It's possible to do it, but it would require a lot of money. Some companies have been able to achieve expansion faster because of the money that they have raised. But I also seen companies that have to pull back and get out of the markets because the business is not ready yet to open another hole. You have to be able to make the decision on launching your product, because if not, you will never launch a product. But that's something that you can do in one single city. Like, you don't have to open another city to prove that your product is not yet ready for that. And more than just thinking about product on is this product already ready to expand? Because I think for us as entrepreneurs, it will never be ready. There's always things that you want to do to make it better. But the thing is that in the other hand, you have a business that is going to require money. So if the product is not ready yet, but also the business is not ready yet, you would take a product that is still with a lot of defects, but also losing a lot of money. And opening a new hole would require money. If you're able to raise money and convince your investors that expanding is the moment to do it, and that you're willing to put some money to wait until economics works, you can do it. And in the past 3 years, it will be easier to convince someone about this. Currently, I think it's very different, the situation. And I don't think an investor would buy just putting some money on a product that is still have some defects, but also the business has defects because the business doesn't work. So my suggestion is for every business that is starting right now, is try to build a business in the smallest market that you can, make your product work and your economics be healthy. Then you will be ready to expand to other markets or other zones. That would be my suggestion. And by doing this, you will be able also to force yourself to build this sustainable business that we spoke earlier. Dominating a market doesn't mean that your product is perfect. Your product would always have opportunities to be better. But what you have to make sure is that you have what is called product market fit in the market that you are launching your product. And product market fit could have a lot of definitions, but in my opinion, it's all about having customers that are using your service, keep buying through your platform, and two, making your economics work.